Live from the basement car park at Area 51 and broadcast worldwide in association with leading radio stations via the internet. It's the Elegant Universe. Your hosts, abducted from Melbourne, Australia. Here's Peter Gagliardi and Shane Hill. His guest is Brenton Folie, filmmaker extraordinaire, all-round guy, and a friend of yours, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Facebook friend.
Facebook friend.
I have so many friends.
He's my Facebook friend as well.
No, he's mine first.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'd query that. But anyway, Susie, what have you got for us?
Well, I've got a little bit of a mixed bag today.
Thanks for that. Okay, moving on. No, I'm kidding. Go on. What have you got?
Away for 1 week. Well, I've got some totally mysterious stories involving unidentified people, along with 10 awesome, obsolete jobs you didn't know but you've always wanted.
Cool.
And a cat that works very hard in Japan.
Cool.
Wow.
Excellent. Not a cat working for a restaurant in China, a cat working hard in Japan. Hayley, welcome.
Hello, I have some false animal facts. Some robots that are actually working to save the world.
So not like Ultron then,
Take over the world.
which I saw this week.
And
Matrix.
since it's the 1st of May, I have this month's horoscopes.
Yep.
Excellent. Looking forward to that. And now, of course, my co-host, a man whose IQ matches his height, 6. It's Peter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Okay, this week's question is, because you know how I've always got a question.
Always.
really?
Would you like to be famous, and in what way? So if you can be infamous, if you really want to, like be a serial killer or something like that. I would not vote that normally to be my preference,
Right.
but each to their own, I guess.
Okay.
What would you be famous for? And would you want to be famous, Susie?
Oh, we need to answer right now.
Yeah,
I can't
come
even
on now.
think
Oh,
about it.
no,
on the spot.
I reckon think on it.
You should already know these things, shouldn't you?
I guess so. Well, I, as most of you know, I do travel down the path of acting.
Yep.
So I guess being famous might come hand in hand with that, but I don't want to be famous for bad acting.
That would be bad.
I want to be. If I'm going to be famous, it better be for good.
Yeah, or being in like the worst movie ever made. That would just be
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah,
No.
stripper monkey robots from Dimension 4.
And that's your biggest career peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good.
Haley.
Okay, I want because I do writing and obviously radio, so I want the type of fame where people know who I am but aren't necessarily going to recognize me.
Yes.
Because
So
that
secret
means,
fame.
Exactly. So they might know my name and they might know the books I've written or the Elegant Universe radio show, but they're not going to stop me when I'm trying to get a Krispy Kreme from 7-Eleven at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, because heaven forbid somebody stops you from
From
reading
getting
a
your
Krispy
Krispy
Kreme.
Kreme. Somebody should stop you, but nobody will.
Oh my gosh.
They won't
He walked
know.
right into that. And Shane, what would you like to be famous for?
I'd just like, I don't know, I'm one of the, walking down the street getting recognised, would put me out.
You already get that, though.
Yeah, but not often.
Yeah, but still.
What, when
It
people
happens.
throw money at him because
No.
he's the homeless?
Got some change?
That was my coffee cup.
I don't know. I've never thought about it. I used to have a problem where I thought if I keep on the path I'm getting on, I'm going to be famous. It'll ruin my whole life. So I tried to hide away from
Oh
it all.
no, the last thing I want is to get famous. Gosh, what a drain.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I'd like maybe changing the world, maybe changing people's lives.
Yeah? So you've gone the noble route.
Yeah, the noble route. And now Peter, who's had time to think about
Yeah,
the
exactly.
answer,
Yeah.
put us all to shame and make us all look like superficial, materialistic
Well, how
arseholes.
else am I going to make myself look good? Come on now. No, I would just want to be famous, like Superman famous. That'd be cool.
Right.
It wouldn't matter where you went, how you went
And
there,
he thinks
whatever.
we're superficial.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
never said I
material.
wasn't superficial.
It was
But
a
does that
simple
mean
question.
people won't know it's you? because you've got like a
the
superhero
Like
glasses
when
on.
you
ego.
don't have your glasses on, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
walked in and didn't
Yeah,
know who
well,
you were.
Superman does have that option, doesn't he?
Yes.
Just put the
Yeah.
glasses on, bang. Nobody
Next
knows.
time you rob a 7-Eleven,
Yep, glasses.
glasses on, glasses off, glasses on.
Has
glasses
this
off.
come from somewhere, or is that just a
Yeah,
question
television.
you had?
Too much television.
It's just a
isn't it?
question.
Oh, just a question.
Yeah, just a question.
Oh, right. Where did the question come from? Speaking of questions, there are many on today's show. Special guest Brenton Folie, and we may even have another special guest female comedian. Don't kill me for saying it. Maybe on the show for a few minutes as well. Plus, Frankie Hamster with conspiracy theories and a whole lot more. Stay tuned.
To license it.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours. From Antarctica to England, you're listening to the Elegant Universe. No matter where you are, we're there with you.
Oh, that's nice.
Who's got news?
I think Hayley's got a horoscope.
I do have
Horoscope.
horoscopes.
That's
are you,
what we
are
want.
you interested?
First of the month, horoscopes.
Okay.
I'm an aquarium. At times I need my solitude.
So Aquarius, this month you will successfully learn how to navigate past all the Make-A-Wish, Council, Cancer, World Vision, Save the Panda people in the shopping centres.
Cool.
Everyone knows you as the uncharitable, snobby speedwalker.
How dare they?
That's good. One of the most popular things on the internet these days is cat videos.
Yeah, I know. These days, I
these
think
days,
since the
they're
internet
everywhere.
started.
They're everywhere.
I think it's how the world started.
Yeah, cat videos.
Yes.
Well, it's in hieroglyphs, isn't it?
True.
It's everywhere.
So-
The original cat joke,
It's in
the
hieroglyphs.
original funny cat image was in the pyramids.
Well, talking about false animal facts.
Yeah.
Did you know the idea? Like, do you believe that bees die after they sting you?
Of course.
Well, I do, but I've heard
But in
variations
screeching agony.
of that.
They're in screeching agony because they've actually ripped out their
Internal organs. and
internal
stuff.
organs come out with the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, what
So-
happens is that they have a tendril or something on the end of the stinger that
Right.
gets stuck in thick skin.
Yeah.
So therefore, when they fly away, they rip themselves apart
Yeah.
and die.
Oh.
But it's only honeybees that this happens to.
Oh.
The rest of the bees can survive. And knowing that there are 20,000 species of bees, only one
Yeah.
of which is the honeybee, which dies when they sting you,
Oh, my God.
bees could sting you over and over and over and over.
Oh, wow.
So why do honeybees only sting people who like eat a lot of honey?
Jeez.
That's so funny.
I
You
think
know how mosquitoes?
Are you legitimately asking that question?
You know how mosquitoes are only attracted to certain blood
Oh,
types?
no.
Is that
That's not true.
Is that a conspiracy theory
That-
too?
Yes.
Really?
Let's have another crazy
I reckon
animal
if we
fact.
said no, bees attack blonde-haired people,
Yeah, oh,
women,
Really?
women, yep.
Yeah,
they're-
yeah, there
you
you
know,
go.
Do they really?
They drive little cars, yep, bang.
they'll come after you if you walk in an alley by yourself at night.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
in gangs, multicultural bee gangs.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, so who believes that touching a baby bird will make its mother abandon it? Have you heard that one before?
I've
Yeah.
heard it.
I've heard it.
What are you saying? This isn't true?
I'm saying that's not true. I am saying that if you come across a tiny baby bird on the ground,
Haley, you do know I had an anxiety attack last week. This isn't good for me.
well, then you shouldn't come into the show. You know it's like this. If there's a dying baby bird on the ground,
Yeah.
please pick it up and give it back to its mother.
Yes, I
The
agree.
mother birds, they only partially use scent to identify their young. They're still going to recognize it if you've touched it.
Okay.
And even then, they don't find the human scent that repulsive that they're going to abandon their children.
Well,
Good.
you've just been in good bird neighbourhoods. You haven't been in one of those,
Save the
those
birdies.
crow bird neighbourhoods. They're really
And finally, I have one more false fact.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
go on.
That red makes bulls angry.
Oh, don't even.
No, they're colourblind.
Don't even.
They are
Yeah.
colorblind to red.
Yeah.
In fact, if you wave anything in front of them, they'll become hostile.
Because they're just
especially,
angry creatures.
especially when they're trapped in arenas full of screaming people.
It's like the little dudes at the bar, little man syndrome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to fight? You want to fight? What? I'm on the phone, man. You want to fight? You were moving. You were breathing. So that means you want to fight.
You
I
looked
hate
at
people
me.
like that.
You
Yeah.
looked at me.
Yeah.
Little
I
man
hate people
syndrome.
like that. Yeah, that's what I call it, little man syndrome. You might be the nicest guy in the world, right? give to charities billions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
You go to the wrong pub at the wrong time. It doesn't matter.
This is
There's
true.
always little man
There's
syndrome.
always that one guy.
Yeah, and he's the tough. He thinks he's the toughest guy.
Yeah.
He thinks Rambo wouldn't last 2 minutes against him, and it's just the alcohol.
Yeah.
That's
Actually, I used to know a guy that had short man syndrome, actually.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's
Tell
all
us
I'll
more.
say.
Tell us more. Yeah. You've got us now.
Well, I used to work at this place where I took care of 18 brokers, wine brokers, and one of them was very, very short.
Yeah. How did they break? Did you break them or?
Of course.
That's hilarious.
I break all my men.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, but yeah. So,
Yeah,
it
so
was a
one of
little
them
bit-
was
So
really-
let's just
Yeah.
say, once he got to know me, he didn't have short man syndrome anymore.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
More details later.
Didn't know we had a dominatrix in the midst.
Yeah.
But whatever's going on, I
You're
guess.
not
Oh, there's
small,
many things you don't
you're
know about
little,
me.
and don't you forget it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening to The Elegant Universe. Don't forget, coming up later, Frankie Hamster, conspiracy theory expert.
And
And next, I have my good friend Kirsten in the studio to talk to you about Live Below the Line.
Excellent. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back to the Elegant Universe on 3WBC. Now, I've brought in one of my friends from uni, Kirsten
Yep.
Clements, to prove that not all uni students are as self-absorbed as me.
really,
Yes, believe it or not. Okay, Kirsten is a wonderful person because she volunteers for Oak Tree.
okay.
Now, I didn't know what Oak Tree was until she told me. So why don't you share with us all what and who or what or everything about Oak Tree?
Yeah, so Oak Tree is a youth-run organisation. It's a volunteer-based organisation, non-for-profit NGO.
Wow.
And it basically works with the idea of seeing an end to extreme poverty, which is a pretty big issue to grapple with.
Big
but,
goal. We were
yeah.
talking about wishes last week, actually, and that was one of my 3 wishes.
Yeah, well,
So
it's-
maybe
think
I
it's
am
everything.
almost as charitable as you, even though I don't do much for it. I wish.
Yeah.
Now, Oak Tree have a special event coming up next week.
Yeah.
Live Below the Line.
Yeah, so Live Below the Line is Oak Tree's big campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And basically, it's a big fundraiser and awareness raiser where we ask people to eat on the extreme poverty line, which is $2 Australian a day.
$2
5 days,
a day
yeah.
for 5 days. You know, that's not even 1 Krispy Kreme per day.
Yeah,
Krispy
a lot
Kreme. I
of
love how
people-
you go to Krispy Kreme straight off the bat.
They're like $2.50.
Yeah.
Does
I'd
it
be
count?
able to-
Does it count if you get fed at work but still only
Yeah.
spend $2 a day?
No, you're not allowed to accept food donations. So it can
You
be
know,
a pretty
believe it or
tricky-
not, I can actually do that. $2 a day.
Have you
Because
done it in the
I
past?
have done it, and I did it for a couple of years. So no, I'm not even joking. I did. I know exactly how to do it. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but I can appreciate how people feel after trying to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to really know what you're doing. 'Cause, yeah, there's nothing worse than being
So
hungry.
what would you spend on $2? Like, what would you use?
How do you do
What
it?
do you think the
Yeah.
best thing to spend your $2
Obviously
on?
not Krispy Kremes.
No, well,
not.
you've got to have a little bit of nutrition, I think, to get
Yeah.
through the week. So, what we generally suggest is once you've signed up, which you can do at the Live Below the Line website, which is just
Yeah. Cool.
www.livebelowtheline.com.au.
Okay.
You can get into groups or to teams, and that way you can kind of bond
Oh,
your
right.
money together. So
Yep.
instead of just having $10 at the beginning of the week for yourself,
Yeah.
I'm doing it with a friend this year, so we have $20 together,
Yep.
which makes
Okay,
it a little
cool.
bit easier.
Yeah.
So you can kind of bulk buy things like rice and oats and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like staples like potatoes and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. And if you're really lucky, sometimes you can afford like a bit of salt or
Oh
honey
my
or
god.
something like that.
Salt. So you're on the Victorian State team for Live Below the
Yeah,
Line,
we
which
have a
sounds
little
awesome. I've
team.
never been in the Victorian State team. So Victorian State team of living on $2 sounds awesome. So what's your menu for next week?
So my menu is oats in the morning with water in the microwave, so some bland
You know,
porridge.
I still do that. I still actually do exactly
Wow.
that.
See, I do. When I have my like sachet porridge, so it's
Yeah.
already got flavor in it.
Yep.
I make it with milk, and then I put strawberry yogurt in it,
You
and
see,
it's amazing.
I go water and I eat it cold.
Ew.
What's wrong with you?
I eat it with the
like
kids. The kids
paste.
love it. They go, "Yeah, Dad, you know what you're doing." Everyone else is like, "Bleh."
Like glue.
No, I think it tastes all right, but
Wow.
I'm weird like that, I guess.
Okay, so oats.
Yeah, so oats for breakfast every day, and then basically 2 meals kind of alternating for dinner and lunch throughout the week. So just brown rice and lentils is one meal, and then the other meal is kind of like a stir fry. So noodles and frozen veggies, and if we're lucky, we might be able to afford a bit of soy sauce or something like that.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's
Just
kind of my
go into
Friday.
sushi shops and just get them off the
Yeah.
counter.
Yeah.
Soy sauce.
Yeah.
So,
That might
are
be
you
against
getting
the
your
rules.
veggies at like the markets or something? Or
Yeah. So we're going into the Vic market
Markets,
on
yep.
Sunday. So yeah, some people just kind of go for the supermarkets and Aldi and that sort of stuff. But I think it's really good if you are doing the challenge and you can make the effort to go into a market, because that way you're also supporting local farmers.
Yeah.
and fresh
Yeah,
produce and that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. So
and it'd be heaps cheaper.
yeah,
I know
so
Aldi's
much
cheap,
cheaper, yeah.
but I mean your other
Yeah.
shopping. I can't even.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
other stores like Coles and that. I
Yeah.
think you'd waste your money. So
Yeah.
Do you like baked beans?
I'm not a huge fan, but they are a good staple.
Yeah,
and
you
they
can
have a
get
bit
them
of
for like
flavour.
30 cents. So,
Wow.
Yeah, and if you
God.
go in the afternoon, often they'll have like
Yeah.
sales
Discounted,
on there already.
yeah,
Cheap
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
There was
yeah,
a girl
go about
who
3 o'clock.
last year she got really excited when she went to the market because they had bananas for like a couple cents. Or
And
like,
she's like,
Oh my gosh.
bought like 50
Well,
bananas.
that's
and
how
just
poor
ate bananas
people-
all week.
That's how poor people feel, though. You know, they come across something, for a cent, a banana, and which they didn't have before, and they love it. And other
Yeah.
people are all like, "Bring me that $12,000 banana over there." I can't eat it all, and they throw it out. And it's like,
Oh my gosh.
what?
Yeah.
And that we kind of like often talk about the idea that like where we're sacrificing maybe coffee or something.
Yeah.
People who do live in extreme poverty are
That's not
sacrificing
gonna
an
happen.
education or a
Yeah.
health
Yeah.
care,
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. So
That's not going to
Exactly.
happen with me.
yeah.
I'm not sacrificing coffee for anyone.
So is $2 the average that the poverty line?
Yeah, so it's $1.25 US is the official extreme poverty line.
Yeah.
And converted with exchange rates and to make it a bit simpler for people to actually undertake the challenge.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
set it to Australian dollars a day.
Wow.
Wow. And so how many people in the world actually have to live off that? Do you know?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that over the past 25 years, the number of people living on the extreme poverty line has halved, which is
Okay.
That's good.
That's
super
really
exciting.
good.
That's really good.
So we're making really good progress, and I suppose challenges like this kind of further that and
Yeah.
progress that and keep that momentum
So where can
going.
somebody donate to the cause? Let's
Yeah.
say they don't want to do it. Let's say they go,
Yeah.
no way I'm doing that. But
Like
they,
me.
But they could donate. Where would
Yeah,
they go?
Absolutely. So they can go to the website, and if they know somebody doing the challenge,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can go into there's a button that says find participant. They
Okay.
can just type in the name, or if they know perhaps some schools are undertaking the challenge as like a team,
Yep, yep.
and they'll have like their team as their name, so you can type in that and
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, that sort of stuff. And if you just want to donate, you don't know anyone, just type in a random name, donate to a random
Yeah.
person,
Oh, there
make
you
their
go.
day.
Yeah, so I can sponsor you for living off oats and brown rice while I eat Krispy Kremes and still feel guilt-free.
Yes.
Basically,
Pretty much.
So the website was www.livebelowtheline.com.au.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And we'll
Okay.
put the link up on the Facebook page after the show.
Check it out. We're going to a quick break. If you've got any queries, questions, or suggestions, go to our Facebook page, The Elegant Universe Radio Show. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Elegant Universe. It's time to explore the darker side of your horoscope.
Okay, so Pisces. This month you will turn over a new leaf, replacing all of your glasses of Coke, alcoholic beverages, and iced coffees with water. You save money by drinking tap water. You also get copper poisoning.
Oh,
Oh.
fantastic.
Dear, that happened to me once.
Did it?
Yeah, I drank a glass of water. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's it. I kid you not.
No.
Yeah. Speaking
I
of
don't
which,
believe it.
do we have
No.
news? Susie.
Well, I just sort of staying in the line of the animal stories that Hayley was talking about.
Can never get enough animal stories.
No.
Exactly. Have you ever heard about the working cat?
No.
The working cat.
Oh,
The
yes.
working cat.
Very
Judging from
hard.
my cat's permanent posture of lying on her back, no.
No?
No.
Okay, so in Japan, they've got this working cat, and it's a famous tortoiseshell named Tama.
Tama.
Okay, and Tama has just celebrated her 16th birthday
Wow.
at the train station in Kishi, which is south of Osaka.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, now she has been...
And what does this pussy do for work?
Especially in Japan. School uniform involved.
She has been employed as
Yeah.
a station master for the past 8
Right.
A
years.
station master.
A station master.
For how long?
She's very, very cute. For the last 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wonder where a check goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
how's she going to
No,
cash it?
no, she doesn't get paid in
Oh,
checks.
of course. Well,
She gets
that's
paid-
slave labour.
She
I'm
gets
sorry.
paid in cat food.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's where it'd be going
Come on,
anyway.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense for all these people that leave their estates and their wills and all that to their animals. Like, seriously. How are these animals ever going
But
to
the
benefit
important
from
thing
that?
is, does she get paid enough to fund her catnip habit?
Her
No.
cat-
No.
Like most
never
executives, probably not. Yes.
Okay, so Tama was born a stray cat, and she was hired as the Kishi station master in 2007 to encourage people to travel
Yeah.
more on that line because people never used to come through.
Okay, yeah.
So, and it was basically just a publicity stunt to start with.
Right. Yeah.
But now millions of people actually travel there
To see the cat.
I can see how that works because when I go to uni, I catch the bus to Lygon Street, and then I can either walk down Algon Street or Faraday Street to actually get
Yep.
onto the campus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Faraday Street has a cat.
Yeah.
I don't know whose cat it is, but it's almost always sitting on the footpath and loves when people come up to it and pat it. And I remember seeing a photo of it, like the Faraday Street cat,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've never met the Faraday Street cat because I used to walk down Elgin Street. So now I walk down Faraday Street so I can see the Faraday Street cat.
You know, that's what we need here then.
I've changed roads for pussy as well. So yeah.
We need
In
we
fact,
need a
I
mascot
changed my
like
whole
that here.
life once.
Yeah, of course you did. We need a cat like that here. We
Yeah.
could get the most busted ass dog and call it Moggle the mongrel dog and just have it out the front.
As a
and
mascot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
That's a good
Because he
idea.
maybe could raise some money for us and we
Yeah.
could take this show somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
So, because Tama...
Anywhere but radio.
Take it worldwide. Tama has contributed more than $13 million to the local economy.
Wow.
Do you know how much cat food
Wow.
That is.
Exactly.
Do you know how much you owe that
And you
cat?
know, at the end, all she's going to get is a gold watch, a handshake, and a number.
Or
or a plastic bag
or
and
a
a
gold
shovel.
bell
And,
around her
And
neck.
yeah.
I'm hoping they'll build a statue of her.
Oh, well.
They've done that before in Scotland.
Yeah.
They did a statue of a cat.
Well, it's more than that. The actual, what they've done now is the actual train station is now shaped to resemble a cat.
no way.
Oh my gosh!
That's
For real?
almost.
I'm
For
going.
reals?
That is so cool.
And Tama now has an assistant to help her carry out her
It's a
duties.
mouse. A little mouse follows her around.
Wow. I think we should get our own mascot to raise money to then do a show live from this
Yeah.
cat-shaped station.
What should it be?
Wow,
What
that's
should
a
it be?
really
What sort
good
of
idea.
mascot should we have?
Yeah.
Do you
A
reckon
cat.
A
Some
Well,
kind of
let's
cat.
put it to the listeners.
Yes.
What kind of mascot do you think we should have, dear
Yes.
listener, or one of you out there listening? We want to know. So go to the Facebook page at
The Elegant Universe Radio Show.
and let us know your ideas for a mascot. Not a big fat guy in a suit.
No.
No, a
No.
real like
A real mascot.
a mouse or a.
We could get
crocodile?
That, we could get that genetically altered owl. The thing that pecks people's eyes out.
No.
If you don't
No,
listen.
I'm with
think
Peter
so.
on this. Yeah, that's a good idea.
No.
I would much rather a really cute cat. I think.
Okay, it's up to you, listener. Let us know what you think. If you've got a good idea for a mascot, let us know. In a moment, when we come back, special guest Brenton Folie will be on the show. Filmmaker, producer, extraordinaire, and all-round nice guy. Stay tuned for that. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be in this great big wide wonderful world of ours. Welcome back to our small slice of the elegant universe. Peter, you went and saw Ultron.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because you love movies.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes
Yeah.
to movies
You
like
had a
that.
big nerdgasm when you
Oh,
were there?
yeah, it was just like...
Yeah. Well, I've got a special surprise for you.
Yeah.
Right here, right now, in the studio, I've got a guy who actually makes his own movies.
Ultron.
No.
No.
Brenton
oh,
Folie.
yeah.
Welcome, Brenton.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You've just entered the elegant universe.
Yes, your special place. And you've also got who with you?
I've got Ruth Richards. She's a co-writer and actress in the movie Deal that I'm directing.
Okay, so tell us about Deal. What's that all about?
Okay, Deal is a dramatic thriller. It's about 4 people who each have personal problems, and they hear about this guy who can fix their problems, Mr. Fix-It sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
They each go to see him and to try and get their problems solved, and in the end they just end up all fighting against each other, and
It gets out of control.
It becomes a chaotic mess at the end. It's a great
Great
story.
Yep.
But it becomes a very chaotic climax where they just there's blood and.
So are there like little vignettes to do their backstory, and then they all sort of mould into one sort of happening, one event, one story?
Very much so. They all end up entwined, but it starts off, they all have their own
and you think they're separate, but then...
Turns out they're all connected. They all know. I get it. One of those arty sort of movies.
So how did this movie come to be? Like, where did the idea stem from?
Well, I had the idea. I had an idea for the basic plot, and I was working for a shop one day where we had no customers through the day. It was selling building industry. Materials, and so you'd have your builders come in at 7:30 in the morning and have them come in at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
and there was nothing in between. It was the most boring job.
Yeah?
It was a really boring job, and I mean, the big boss who was sitting in his office playing computer games, the assistant manager who was
and you were writing movie scripts.
Well, I sat there and I wrote the first draft of Deal in 3 days.
Yeah,
88 pages in 3 days.
Cool.
Wow.
I was that
a machine.
Yeah. And it was just a case of I had a small idea, and I just built on it and built on it and built on it.
Yeah,
until it all
cool.
expanded. I introduced characters, and I thought, okay, how can we and they do intertwine really nicely.
I love stories that work like that.
Yeah, there's a cleverness to them that I always enjoy. Saw one years ago with I think it was called something.
What?
No, the 7 Faces of Dr. Fu Manchu.
Oh, yeah.
And all these different people came in, and they all had a backstory, and he was...
was that Christopher Lee?
No, it was Tony Randall, of all people, believe it or not, from The Odd Couple.
Yep.
Really?
And they did him up like Chinese and that, but they all had these different stories. Christopher Lee was in a Fu Manchu movie.
It's not one of those old school racist films, is it?
Racist, no.
Well,
by today's standards,
and it's just like, no.
Brendan, what's your favourite type of movie? Horror. Okay, we're all on the same page.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Minus me.
Oh, what do you like?
What do you
I'm
like?
a drama person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Throw yourself dramatically on the bed.
No, I've noticed.
Oh, my coffee is too hot.
Oh dear. How can you say that? Yeah, most women are into drama. Yeah, can't get enough of it.
Fair call.
Yeah. So, okay, guys. Like, Brendan, what other? Now, you've also do acting work for other people as well.
I run the Melbourne Actors Meetup group.
Okay, tell us what's that. Tell us all about it.
That's it's actually coming up to its first birthday this month, and I couldn't find anywhere to actually meet other actors and filmmakers and that. You know, there's nothing on Facebook that I could find. I'd been to a scriptwriters networking event, and you know, they were just sitting around a table, and I thought,
this is boring.
I thought I can run this.
Yeah.
And so I had a few actors on my Facebook page, and I thought, well, we can create this. You know? So I created the Melbourne Actors Meetup group, and I added them all to it. And, you know, I think we started off with 40 members, and I think we've now got 2,000 something. It's one of the fastest growing, and it's probably the best. We've got big networking event tomorrow night at the Loop Bar in the city.
Okay. So we'll put the link to the Actors Meetup group on the Facebook page as well. So if you want to be an actor, if you are an actor, or if you know somebody who is an actor, get them to join.
Definitely, and it's actually gone nationwide. It's no longer just Melbourne.
Okay. Cool. So what's at the meeting tomorrow night? What's going to happen there?
Tomorrow night we it starts at doors open at 5:30 at the Loop Bar in the city.
Yep.
Then we've got at 6:30 we've got myself and my co-host Melissa Langley. We welcome everyone to the group, and then we show about an hour's worth of show reels.
Okay.
Show reels, and of course there's the pitch and video for
Deal,
the pitch and trailer.
Yep.
We've got a music video in there, and then at around about 7:30 we have our guest speaker Leslie Simpson.
Okay.
From Dog Soldiers, The Descent, Doomsday, Crawl Space.
Cool.
He's coming along and he talks for about 45 minutes, and then we open it for about 10 minutes for Q&A with the audience. It's about 200 people who said they're coming, and it can fit about 150.
Well, it sounds like an event.
It's going to be really good.
This is tomorrow night at the
Loop Bar in the city. We've also, it's free entry. You just pay for your drinks, and if you want, they do sell pizzas. They're little tiny pizzas, but if you, we're running a raffle. We've got 3 big prizes that we're raffling off to raise money for the Royal Children's Hospital. So
there you go.
Yeah,
excellent. Next question is for Brenton, is because as most of our listeners will probably be onto this by now, I'm really interested in magic, all things magic. Now, Brenton, you used to be a magician.
I still am.
You still am.
I just don't perform very much. But I was on the Black Phantasm. That's my magician name.
Ah, cool.
So the Black Phantasm.
I thought you made that name up.
That sounds like Black Dynamite.
Yeah,
Dynamite Phantasm.
Yeah.
Who was that masked magician?
That's an enemy's name.
Well, the Black Phantasm is just a play on my initials, really. BF, Black Phantasm.
Oh yeah.
But black being the I suppose colour for magic, and phantasm means seeing something that's not really there. So I thought, well, perfect name for a magician.
Yeah. What sort of stuff did you do?
Well, my eldest daughter Elise, I used to put her in a cabinet. It's called the Zigzag Girl. You used to put her in there and put the blades through two blades through and pop her middle out the way and have her wriggle her toes and have her wave to everyone.
Okay, so it was more stage illusion.
Stage illusions, comedy magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this connected to what you're doing now?
No.
Have the two haven't influenced each other at all?
Not yet, no. Although I am contemplating doing a movie based on Mandrake the Magician.
Okay.
That's cool.
When the auditions come up, I want to be in that. I want to be in
Well, you look like you could play Lothar.
No, I'm not fat and bald.
What I thought would be funny, though, is, what did you call it? The zigzag?
The zigzag illusion, yeah.
Like, imagine, you've got kids and Department of Human Services come over to check up on your kids, I've got something you need to see, and you put one of the kids in there. Funny that would be.
Yeah. But I'm also vice president of the Magic Circle, so
cool. We'll talk about that later because that's another small connection. So Ruth. Yeah, we need to talk to you now.
Oh, do we have to?
No, we're having fun. But Ruth, you're a writer.
Well, by accident.
How do you accidentally become a writer? You walking along and trip over a pen? What happened?
Pretty much.
How do you accidentally become a writer?
Because Brenton
came
to it. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, he forced you into it.
Hey, I didn't force. You forced yourself into the production in the first place.
He put her in the zigzag cabinet and said, I'm not letting you out unless you write the script for me. I bet
you have to doctor it. And I went, no. And, it needed doctoring.
Okay.
So you edited it up and made it...
We had to do a rewrite.
Okay. Women and their drama.
Let's get it right. You said to me we need to change one of the characters slightly and make him seem gentler, and I said to you, once you do that, and he's only in a few scenes, I said, once you do that, it is a complete rewrite. No, it's not. No, it's not.
So we bet coffees on it.
So we bet a coffee.
Lost.
Ruth lost.
And I had to rewrite the whole script.
And 2 weeks, by the end of 2 weeks, she wanted to kill me.
Yep.
So win-win. You got a free coffee and she rewrote
I
it.
did.
So, you know,
I did.
Can't complain.
Okay, how far into the movie are we? Are we looking at it coming out soon?
We do start filming in about just over a week's time. We have to film some scenes because one of the locations that we've got, we will be losing in June.
Okay.
Now we've got to do that. We're doing that without any funding because we have to get those scenes done. We've still got the Possible campaign running, and if we don't get get these scenes done, then we're going to lose one of the best locations possible. It's basically it's a unit that we've got for one of the actresses or one of the cast, the characters. She's supposed to be a model or an aspiring model, and so it's got a very New York theme in it.
Right, cool. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay, looks like we're just about to go for a break. We're going to get you guys back in the studio a little bit later on.
Yep.
You've been listening to The Elegant Universe. Stay tuned because coming up next, Frankie Hamster and his conspiracy theory.
Welcome back to The Elegant Universe on 3WBC. Aries, it's time for your horoscope. So Aries, this month a car will crash into the front room of your house, destroying your entire Rolf Harris record collection.
Oh, no.
It was about time you got rid of it anyway.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Rolf Harris is now banned for sale at Port Arthur Gift Shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And for those of you out there, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Frank Hamster, back again on a Friday with more conspiracy bunkum. Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready for this week?
Yes, we are.
Are you ready?
Of course.
Also in the studio, we've got local Burundara comedian Gabe Hogan. Hi, Gabe.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Gabe's here to make sure I don't prattle on too much. But this week, I want to just touch on briefly about the Hollow Earth conspiracy. We've all heard of it.
Hollow Earth.
Yeah, okay. You know, it started with all this... a bit of BS around the time of, the ancient Greeks. They talked about it. Edmund Halley mentioned it. Drunken frat boys have mentioned it. Pretty much everyone's mentioned this Hollow Earth conspiracy. Now, I've tried to look for evidence of it, and pretty much there is none.
None.
Have you ever dug a hole?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did it end? Did you break through to a hollow space?
No.
And I mean, men have sunk mine shafts over 2 kilometres deep.
Yeah.
Did they break through to anything other than...
It was just the wrong area, Frankie.
It was the wrong area. Okay, because this Hollow Earth conspiracy, a lot of it comes out to do with the underground nuclear testing, and that's blasted away all kinds of holes, and then governments have then put secret experiments in there,
like Godzilla.
Yeah, like Godzilla, or where they try to turn genetically alter young boys to look like Justin Bieber, and that kind of stuff.
And they succeeded.
Well, maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
I
we don't
call
really
that
know.
a success. That's not a success in my book.
Well, this is it. But I mean, every week I come up with these conspiracies, and I'm able to find definitive answers that prove that these things exist. Yeah. But the Hollow Earth has stumped me, and I've been like with a shovel all week in my backyard in Preston. And all I did was put a big scratch in the concrete. So, I mean, that Hollow Earth conspiracy is total BS. So if anyone out there has got any proof, get onto the Elegant Universe Radio Show's Facebook page, put up your evidence, and I'll pick it apart like a big pork sandwich.
Well, there you go. You've heard it here.
Yeah,
You've heard it here. If you've got any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions for Frankie, abuse him at the Elegant Universe Radio Show.
Also, you can go to my Facebook page, which is Frank Hamster Comedian. You can also follow me in the Twitter sphere at Frank Hamster, and you can also follow the radio show, ladies and gentlemen, using the Twitter handle at Universe Elegant. We want to hear your tweets. I've got the computer open in front of me. I'm ready for your abuse. Bring it on.
Yep. I have some abuse.
Okay, I'm ready.
I followed the Universe Elegant Twitter page.
Yeah.
And they didn't follow me back.
I'm
on the show, guys. I'm like a quarter or a fifth of the show or something.
Look. I'll speak to my people. They'll speak to your people. Apologies will be sent.
I expect a formal written apology.
There will be. I'll put something out there in the Twitter sphere.
And at least one retweet or 2 favourites.
Oh, yeah, there'll be that too. Okay.
Yes.
And we love retweets and favouring, tweets and that, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into that kind of thing. Also, follow Gabe Hogan, and her handle is at Gabe's Hogan.
Yep.
Right? Great tweets on there. She's a very funny young lady. Because apparently you're at the... you went to that Australia, Reclaim Australia rally?
I did.
Did you?
I did. Oh, I better get it clear. I'm not racist. I just wanted to watch those jerks try catch a taxi home.
That's funny.
That's
there
amazing.
you go. Gabe Hogan is obviously... out there in Melbourne trying to shield people from casual racism and not doing too well at it. But, if you want to get along and see Gabe, where are you on again next?
Next, oh gosh, I don't really have any gigs lined up.
What, in the next week?
I've got a gig next week, but it's private.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Like all working professional comedians, Gabe actually waits for the phone to ring, and then her gigs come.
It's been busy, but so after the comedy festival, it's nice to have a bit of a wind down. Just relax a little.
And Gabe's got a Facebook page too.
I do.
It is. And what is it?
Gabe Hogan.
Just Gabe Hogan?
Gabe Hogan. It's not Gay Bogan. It's Gabe Hogan.
Yeah. If you type in Gay Bogan, you'll get Chris Franklin. So got to be very careful there. And I can say that because he ditched us last week. He was supposed to be our guest, or not last week, the week before, and he got drunk and didn't show up. Well, there you go.
It's pretty early for Chris to be up.
It is. What, 5 p.m.? Yeah, it is a bit
early.
It is a bit early, but that happens.
Let's
Peter,
go to a break.
Oh, okay.
Okay, when we come back, more from the Elegant Universe.
Bye.
Welcome back to the Elegant Universe on 3WBC. Taurus. This month, you will join a gym and work out every day. You lose 20% of your body weight, 46% of your body fat, and 100% of your friends.
Ooh.
Gemini. Gemini, this month you will self-publish your collection of personal poetry online. You don't lose any weight, but you also lose 100% of your friends.
Oh, no. I had a friend do that once. They go, I'm going to make a blog, right? And it's almost like this real manly beefcake guy, drives trucks and everything like this. But we're talking some of the girliest stuff. You can imagine he was writing about, like, oh, I love my teddy bear. And I'm like, why are you putting this on the internet? Like, what are you doing to yourself?
Some people put some really personal things on the internet because they're just typing to like a screen. And don't realise.
I love the people who get on and they try and be all deep and meaningful. Like the people on Facebook, you always got that friend, right? Who sends all the stuff going, spiritual awakening comes from within. And then you've got the other person.
You've seen my Facebook.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but
I showed him.
And then you got the person who's always taking selfies.
Oh,
that self-obsessed person. It's just different angles of different selfies.
Food.
Oh, that's
what you
even
had for
worse.
breakfast, dinner, lunch.
I did it the other day last week.
Don't care.
And then finally, the bane of all Facebook people is the girl who puts nearly naked pictures, has like 1 billion people like their pictures, right? But then says to everyone, why are you flirting with me? Why are you messaging me?
Why are you treating me like a skank?
Yes, and it's like...
Duck clips don't work, ladies.
And then you've always got the one dude on their comments too that goes, oh, you guys are thirsty. You know what thirsty means?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like... Why?
Why?
Why am I looking at this? Why am I wasting my life?
I can't help it.
Instagram
so you're going to share those photos with me later, aren't
you?
Why not? Instagram has like really similar problems, but it's funny, going back to the poetry idea, people post poems on Instagram as well. It's purely pictures, but you can do screenshots of pictures.
Yeah.
And I do this too because I'm a writer. It's what I do, okay?
Yeah.
But I've looked at quite a few other poetry blogs, and mine's got a range of things. It's not just poetry, but it's no food. No food pictures. I stay away from that. Occasional selfie, but no food.
Or the million children photos as well.
The what?
Yeah, no. I don't have
the
children,
million
so I don't have
children photos.
Oh, yes.
I know you love your kids, dude, but really, I don't need to see them doing everything the entire day.
Yeah.
Like sitting on the potty.
Yeah.
That's not for Instagram.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it is a photo medium. And so then you see the poets really try to come out in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'll just kind of comment on something like, oh, yeah, that was a cool line, man. Like, good job. And then they'll be like, oh, it is so great to write in the sunset. What are you on about? But yeah, another one of my interests is film. And so I was wondering, you guys, how are you going about funding your film?
We're getting there.
We've got... Right now, we're running a possible campaign, which is a crowdfunding campaign.
That's great. Crowdfunding is the future, I think. As long as you're not crowdfunding for potato salad, which happened.
Yeah, I've heard that.
We did a story.
He raised
$65,000. He raised so much money for his potato salad that he had to do different recipes of potato salad.
Yeah, and did it again and made even more money.
Haikus for different people.
So I could crowdfund for a new wardrobe.
You could crowdfund for anything.
Yeah.
Some people
can we just get the movie out the way first?
No, I'm sorry, wardrobe first.
I just find it ridiculous that a potato salad can get more funding than a film. Or
Yeah.
So how's
you do realise though, Ruth, that with crowdfunding you do realise there is wardrobe included.
Yeah, but that's not personal wardrobe for me.
That's true.
I was talking about a personal thing here. I need some new shoes.
She wants it, and she wants it now.
Needs new shoes. Now, I actually live with Ruth. She doesn't need new shoes.
She wants new shoes.
Right.
Need is perfect. Everyone needs shoes.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can't have enough.
Oh, no.
Gosh.
Yeah.
What have we started? Anyway, so you're crowdfunding.
We're crowdfunding.
How far are you through it?
Well, we've had $3,700 and something pledged so far.
Cool,
There's been
cool.
about 40, I think 40, what did I say, 46 people support it so far.
That.
Something like that. We've got about 45 days left of the crowdfunding program. So, but there's heaps of really good perks, really good rewards for people to claim. If I mean, there's the option of just pledging without reward.
Yep.
But there's also so many different rewards. There's film credits. Someone who wants to pledge, say, $400, they'll get their name as an executive producer at the end of the film.
Cool.
Someone wants to pledge $800, they get their name at the start of the film.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, they get IMDb credits. Now, I know there's a lot of actors out there and filmmakers, and they know how important the IMDb database credits are. And the more credits you get, the better known you get. Your ratings go up, and you're going to have people from overseas going, hey, listen, we want you on board. We understand that you're a really good executive producer.
Now, this offer might be so tempting that everybody pledges for this, and you end up with an hour-long credit sequence at the start of all these people who have pledged $800.
Yeah, true.
We didn't think about that.
No, hang on. we did. They are limited, so we have had someone claim that already. We've had someone claim one of them, the one that's at the start of the film.
Yeah.
They've claimed it already. There's, I think there are about 6 available initially, so there's 5 of those ones left.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have some really good news that's going to make people want
to do it now.
Get those perks.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Look, I'm not supposed to
say anything.
Because contracts are still being.
Don't worry, it's just us. It's just us in this room. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know.
We've actually been. Well, you'll know that I'm not supposed to. I'm not announcing on Facebook, but
that's why you always go. Apparently,
yeah.
Or allegedly.
I can say this because even though the contracts haven't been signed yet. We have been offered a cinema deal in the US, UK.
Cool.
US, that's LA and New York.
Cool.
So I think it's 4 cinemas in LA and 3 in New York. So
there you go.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. So that's why I keep saying on Facebook, because you're on my Facebook page, so is a case of, hey, you're really going to want to get on board this.
Yeah.
Well, see, I saw you working the social media. You were doing all the hard work, and I thought, you know what? If I can help, I'll help.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? It's a bit like one of my favourite shows, Game of Thrones, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, allegedly, I might watch an episode before it comes out. Allegedly, right? But the thing about that is I also pay for it because I believe if you like a show, you always pay for it.
Yeah.
There's no getting around it because if you don't pay for it, then they stop making it and then you can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So even though I might watch a show ahead, allegedly, I will always get like, Foxtel or something like that to pay for it. I never not do that because I understand the value in doing what's right by the companies and the people because the industry's our industry and if we don't look after it, who will?
I feel like there is definitely a moral compass to piracy.
Yeah.
For example, I might allegedly obtain some free music.
Allegedly.
Hang on, you work on radio and you're saying you might allegedly.
Well,
that's right, it's allegedly.
It's just alleged.
And for one thing, with Australian music, I always try and buy it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just off iTunes.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if it is a band or whatever that I do like, I will then go to their concerts, buy their records, buy their merch, and they end up with way more than $10 for an album.
Yeah.
Which I never would have heard of otherwise. Yeah. And but there's streaming services now and stuff as well.
Well,
so
I've got that as well. Netflix
accessing
that
TV
is so
film,
good.
Music.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
And you get it. I've got an Xbox, so I watch it through the Xbox. Netflix.
Oh, I know.
I've got it through the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
$8, and
How
I can
good
watch
is it?
anything I want almost. And I'm just sitting there going, "Yes, this is excellent."
I was in the hospital
chew
last
up your
week.
bandwidth.
Yeah.
I've got unlimited.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I was in hospital. Netflix
I know.
the whole time.
Wow.
Like, just go away. I'm watching movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my internet can't even handle watching YouTube videos in 360p, so I'm going to have to wait for a while.
So you're still on dial-up?
Probably.
No, I don't know. I think I'm still living in the dark ages.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay, we're
She's
going
still
to
got
a
the
break.
rotary phone dial-up.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to a break. If you want to pledge money, go to our Facebook page, which is the Elegant Universe Radio Show. Pledge what you can, guys. You're helping out the industry because we know you love movies and you must love radio. You wouldn't be listening. So go there, pledge what you can, and we're going to a break. When we come back, more from your Elegant Universe.
Welcome back to the Elegant Universe live on 94.1 FM and worldwide on the 3WBC network, transmitting live to everywhere, including where you are. Even if you're in your bathroom right now, we're there too.
I don't think I want to be there. Can I leave?
Yes.
You could try. You could try.
No, that'll make more room in the bathroom.
And
for
then
me.
she opens the door and there's a plank of wood sitting there watching her.
Not the lumber.
Yeah,
no.
the lumber's back.
Bolted up the door while you're on your way out.
Okay, I have some more horoscopes.
Yep, let's have it.
Okay, Virgo. This month, a lightning strike will cause a power outage to your house and your house only. You get an authentic experience of the Dark Ages.
Ooh, candles and witchcraft, beheadings.
What?
Old carriages walking down the street with...
What are you talking about?
The Dark Ages.
Oh, no.
What, the movie?
The Crusades.
The Dark Ages.
Or just
From
the time period?
1300 to 1802.
Yeah.
No, so from 1300 to 1630 was what we call the Dark Ages.
Yeah, I know that.
Right? Where society,
Because
the
sun
Romans collapsed.
disappeared for all those years, and so it was
Actually,
permanently pitch black.
Believe it or not, they used to call the Roman Empire was called the Sun, and it collapsed because
wow.
the Franks came in, kicked their asses, totaled them, chopped them all up. They lost their society. All the technology, which by our standards wasn't technology, but everything they developed, including their art, their philosophy, just went out the window, and then that gave rise to the church. Started to grow from that, started killing people, you know the rest.
You know what really happened?
history.
Wi-Fi dropped out.
Yes.
That's why it was the Dark Ages.
And we lost all the
Yeah,
information.
that'd be it.
That
all
would
those
be-
selfies lost. What a
To
shame.
time and space. You know, aliens probably get everyone's selfie. Because if it's on Wi-Fi and it's
Well,
getting shot everywhere, an alien flying a ship low enough could pick up all the nudie shots everyone's sending and go, oh, look at this.
Speaking of which, I have come up with a conspiracy theory this week.
Go
no.
on.
Yeah. Okay, here's my conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
The first part, you're going to go, okay, I've heard this before because it's from a movie, but the first part is
That's
this.
what I said.
There's aliens globally changing the weather to suit their planet.
Okay.
So the Earth becomes more like their planet.
Terraforming.
Terraforming the planet. Okay.
Yep.
That's the first part, and it's from what movie, Peter?
The Arrival.
With
Charlie Sheen's
Charlie
in it.
Sheen. Right?
Okay.
Yep.
So we've all heard
Old
that.
movie, great movie.
Never heard of it.
Great
Okay.
movie.
The
All heard that
Arrival.
before. But here's where I put the twist on it. And Peter and I are going to run an experiment with this. The twist is this. Time travel was invented in 1947. It was perfected, the process. It was perfected in 2073. People are travelling back in time, fighting the aliens who are trying to change the weather so that their time returns to normal.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I can prove it.
Okay.
And I will be over the next few weeks.
Dun, dun,
Oh.
dun.
You got me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
You can't just leave me high
Well,
and dry.
speaking
like
of the
most men.
future,
Yes.
I have a story about robots actually saving our future. Not
Okay.
killing us all.
So not Ultron.
No, not Ultron.
Clearly.
Not the Matrix, where
Yeah.
the robots brain us and put us in...
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
go
it was
on,
No.
go
our
on.
fault.
Tell us
But
more.
anyway.
This time it's the drones. those drones that are
I
invading our
know
privacy.
what this is. This is reverse popular marketing.
Drone propaganda by Haley.
To
Oh,
make the
gosh.
drones look good when we all know they're actually...
Really, they've got pictures of her in
Guys.
bed with a
Let's
drone.
hear your story.
And they're like,
Go on.
Okay, so an ex-NASA engineer,
Yeah.
Lauren Fletcher, notice female.
Yeah,
Mhm.
of
See?
course.
Girls
There
do
you
things
go.
in this world.
See?
Girls
She-
taking over the world again.
She has invented a
Yeah.
type of drone which is actually going to help fight against deforestation.
What?
So, you know
Yeah.
how, okay, obviously, deforestation,
Yeah.
logging, lots of plants gone, more carbon in the atmosphere. It means that the aliens can take over our planet because it's becoming their temperature.
Yep.
So, what she's done is she's built
Told you.
drones that can actually plant trees.
Right.
Ha ha ha.
No,
But,
you mean shoot seeds into the ground,
They
right?
do. They
Yeah, right,
shoot seeds into the ground, but they do more than that. I
Not
mean,
fly
what?
around with
First
trees,
of
you
all,
plonk.
well, it's designed because obviously planting
what I
trees
was
by
thinking.
hand
Takes a while.
takes a bit of time, and so using drones instead, the cost of planting trees is only 15% of what it currently is using humans.
Okay.
So it makes it a lot cheaper, which
As
means
in they don't
companies
get paid as much.
yeah, I guess.
I don't think the drone cares.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Drones are nice. They're charitable,
They're
generous.
nice.
They don't care about their pay. They just want to do it for the good of the
Sounds
earth.
like into
Mine's
robo
evil.
love to me.
I've got a drone, and mine's evil. It just hovers outside the neighbour's window all night, staring at them.
Wow.
It's a bad drone.
Yeah, it's naughty.
Yes, okay. Well, this,
Susie's face.
No, it's the drone.
Yeah, it's the drone, clearly.
Never.
and who is
Okay.
controlling the drone?
Peter.
Oh, yeah, just throw me under the bus. All
Well,
right.
these good drones can
Yeah.
plant 1 billion trees a year.
Wow.
What they do first is they fly over the land,
Mm.
gather data about the terrain and the fauna, so
And
they
whether
can
or not it
establish what to plant,
Yeah.
where,
Yeah.
in a restoration potential report.
Mm-hmm.
Then they fly around,
Yep.
shoot germinated seeds into the ground at a rate of 10 seeds per minute. So that's 10 trees, 10 future trees being planted every minute
That's
by
pretty
each
good.
drone.
That's really
Okay.
And then these nice little drones go back and perform plant audits. They go over the ones that they've planted just to check that they're all right.
good. Oh, there you
Cool.
go.
Check it's
They're
all good.
And
nice.
it took a scientist to think of this. Wow.
That's cute.
Okay, you're listening to The Elegant Universe. Quick break, and we're back for the wind down where we say goodbye to all our guests, and there have been a lot today. Stand by. Welcome back to the only radio show where things that go bump in the night actually get invited into the studio, where we examine, explore, and then give solutions to some of the greatest mysteries in the universe. Why? Because we want to. And another thing we do is we want you to have the best possible future.
Of course we do. So Libra, this month you will find an amazing collection of cassettes on the side of the road. Then you discover your mum threw out your childhood Walkman years ago.
Oh.
Just use an iPod, you hipster.
Dear me.
Scorpio, this month your fridge will break down. You don't notice until 3 weeks later when your leftover chicken makes the house smell like dead people.
Oh.
That's not the future. That was last week
Wow.
at my house.
That's gross. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this month you will take up ice skating. Sheets of ice, your lack of coordination, and ice skating blades. I don't even need to say what's going to happen. And Capricorn, this month you will spend thousands of dollars on solar panels. Then you'll realise your house lives under a permanent cloud.
Oh dear. Okay, it's time for the wind down. Susie, you're still acting?
Yes.
You're doing movies and stuff? Yeah. Pretending? I mean acting? Yeah.
Yes.
How's it going with the movie?
Shooting short this Tuesday again.
Cool.
So yes, we're excited. Auditioning for Hayley's short.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Hayley, your movie.